I'm going to do a set myself now.
Very happy about Connecticut.
And so a lot of you, or hopefully a lot of you, will come to school here next year. And Yale, in case you didn't know, is located in the state of Connecticut. And I'm from Connecticut, so I'm going to share with you tonight a couple of facts about the state that, if you make the right decision, you may one day call home for a couple months of the year. Connecticut's slogans, states have slogans, by the way, like fast food chains. It's kind of strange. But Connecticut's slogan used to be full of surprises, which I thought was really weird because Connecticut's not full of surprises. It's full of suburbs. But the thing is, they changed they changed the slogan recently, so now it's still revolutionary, which, aside from being oxymoronic, also implies that Connecticut yearns for a time when, like, women weren't considered people. So Connecticut has weird state symbols. All states have different kinds of symbols. So one of those symbols is a state insect, and the state insect is the European mantis. And you may be wondering to yourself, why the European mantis? Why not the American mantis? But that's the wrong question to be asking. The question is why the Connecticut State Legislature decided it wanted the state to be symbolized by an animal that bites its mate's head off after sex. I don't know what the wives of those legislators were like, but I do not want to meet them. We also have a state mammal, and our state mammal is the sperm whale, which is odd because Connecticut has no ocean territory. And the reason why the sperm whale, which only lives in the ocean, is the state mammal, is because there were whaling ports along the Connecticut shore, which means that the symbol is something that was dragged back here dead. Which would be like if Yale changed its mascot from the Bulldog to my hopes and dreams. We also have a state fossil, and most states have a really cool state fossil, like a mastodon or a triceratops, or one of those other things you thought was cool when you were 7. But Connecticut's state fossil is the footprints at Dinosaur State Park. Not a real dinosaur, just footprints. Because the dinosaurs, like everyone else, were just passing through Connecticut on the way to somewhere relevant. Connecticut has a couple significant industries. The biggest industry in Connecticut is, of course, tax evasion. And up until recently, the real biggest industry in Connecticut was defense contracting. But recently, the casinos on the Native American reservations overtook it in terms of number of people they employ, which makes Connecticut the only place where the Native Americans beat the U.S. military. Connecticut is a state tartan, which is like a shade of plaid, if that makes sense. Like, if you have a kilt and you're from Connecticut, it's supposed to be in this pattern. And all the colors are supposed to symbolize things. I read up on this on the state website. Someone actually, like, devotes their time to coming up with these things. So they have, like, blue for the water, green for the forests, and salmon for the people's shorts. So Connecticut also has a state song, and all 50 states have a state song. And interestingly, 49 of those states have a song that mentions their state in some capacity, whether explicitly or obliquely. And guess what the one state that doesn't have a state song that mentions it is? You guessed it. It's Connecticut. Our state song is Yankee Doodle. So irrelevant, no one bothered to write a song about us. And the last thing I'm going to talk about Connecticut is our state hero. So our state hero is Nathan Hale. There's a statue of him on Old Campus because he went to Yale. And after that, he was a school teacher, and he was also a spy. But here's the thing. He was a very bad spy. He was a spy during the Revolutionary War, and he was caught after 48 hours on the job. Because, get this, he left secret communications in his boots and left the boots outside his tent. And that really says something about Connecticut. It says that we lionize heroes, or heroes, quote unquote, that are really kind of incompetent, which might explain why the last president to come out of Connecticut was George W. Bush. Thank you, that's what I said.